What if I told you there is a tactical RPG where you could play as characters from The Witcher 3 like Geralt, Ciri, Triss, and Yennefer, and included their signature powers, a unique story, gorgeous pixel art, and it had the original voice actors?
Better to have a Witcher by your side.
Well, you're in luck because you can play it right now, and it's totally free as a special collaboration with Sword of Convallaria. Now let me tell you, if you love tactical RPGs, this game and this Witcher 3 event are ones you definitely don't want to miss. Now before I dive into what makes this game awesome and what this Witcher 3 event includes, I want to give a huge thanks to Sword of Convallaria and the team at XD Entertainment for sponsoring this video. Now, let's dive into the good stuff.
Answer this time. Do you trust me?
So I want to set the stage for Sword of Convallaria's story because I think it's a super cool world that they've created, and it's also fully voiced in Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. On the ancient continent of Rodinia sits a tiny nation called Iria, small enough to slip off most maps, yet powerful enough to make the whole world stare. Why? Well, because Iria is sitting on Luxite, a luminous material packed with real, tangible magical energy. It's the kind of resource that kingdoms go to war over. And for a long time, Iria survived on a fragile peace until everything fell apart. What starts as a suspicious riot in Wave Run City quickly spirals into something much bigger. Political factions clash in the streets, foreign powers creep in from the shadows, each desperate to control the flow of Luxite. Religious groups rise up, ethnic tensions explode, and Iria, once quiet, once stable, becomes a powder keg seconds from detonation. And this is where you step in. Sword of Convallaria drops you into the heart of this collapsing nation right as history is being rewritten. Every decision pushes you deeper into a mystery about who's really pulling the strings, what Luxite actually is, and why Iria's fate seems pre-written in someone else's handwriting. It feels like the beginning of a classic tactical epic, the kind where a seemingly small uprising reveals a continent-spanning conspiracy. And as you fight, explore, and build your team, you start uncovering the truth piece by piece, only to realize the real enemy might not be the one marching on your borders. It's political intrigue, magical secrets, and escalating war all wrapped up in a gorgeous tactical RPG that feels like the start of something way bigger. If you love stories where a peaceful nation cracks under impossible pressure, where every faction has its own agenda, and where you slowly peel back the layers of a massive mystery, then Iria is absolutely worth stepping into. Overall, the game does a great job of getting you sucked into the story right off the bat with Maitha and Rawia, not to mention the mysterious cat Kuro, or whatever you decide to name it. That cat seems to know a little too much. Now, I have to say, as someone that has a deep love for tactical RPGs, everything about Sword of Convallaria really blew me away. The first thing that immediately grabs you is the pixel art. It's so detailed and gorgeous. Everything from the character designs, environments, animations, and more are truly incredible. And the effects like fire really make it pop. This is not some slapped together game. It's clear that there are true masters of their craft at work when it came to creating the visuals of this game. I couldn't wait for each new character I recruited and new story moment to see what beautiful new environment or well-designed character popped up next. But the core of what makes it great and why you want to keep playing is the tactical combat. It starts off slow, teaching you the basics and getting you familiar with the gameplay, but quickly ramps up and becomes challenging in a really fun way. My absolute favorite thing to do in combat is to kick people with Maitha. She can not only kick characters back, but also off the map, and she can kick exploding barrels into groups of enemies. It's a real blast. Pun absolutely intended. I also really dig the character progression. At certain levels, you're given the choice of what abilities to gain, and they're usually wildly different, so it's fun to build your team exactly how you want. Oh, and by the way, the game has over 120 hours of story with branching paths, so if you like to dive deep into your games, then you're gonna have a great time here. And the soundtrack was composed by legendary composer Hitoshi Sakamoto, who composed the scores for Final Fantasy Tactics and Valkyria Chronicles. And the tracks here are just as good and really immerse you in this world. Now let's dig into the Witcher 3 event because there's a lot of cool stuff happening. First, here's the general premise of how Geralt and company even arrive in Rodinia. Geralt and Yennefer are trying to enjoy the Belletin festival when things take the most Witcher turn imaginable. They step through an old elven portal, and instead of ending up a few feet away or even in the correct century, they get launched straight into the kingdom of Iria. Once they arrive, they cross paths with the main character who is dealing with a village that's being terrorized by a Leshen. And not the polite kind of Leshen, potion that mark their territory and leave cryptic warnings everywhere, this thing is fully juiced by Iria's strange magic and absolutely out for blood. When it finally attacks, the three of them team up to defend the villagers. And honestly, it feels like peak Witcher energy. Fireballs flying, signs going off, and a huge forest demon stomping around. They do eventually manage to bring the Leshen down, but only for it to stand right back up like nothing happened. Whatever is happening in this world is twisting monsters in ways even Geralt hasn't seen before. And that's the hook for the event. Familiar Witcher characters dropped into a brand new land, fighting a creature that refuses to stay dead, and realizing Iria's problems are way bigger than one festival gone wrong. It's fun, it's chaotic, and it fits shockingly well into a tactical RPG setting. Now let me tell you about how everyone's unique abilities fit into the tactical combat because they're super fun. Equipped with his trusty signs and potions, Geralt is an absolute powerhouse in battle. He has Quen Shield that knocks enemies back when broken, Igni signs that can blast enemies for big damage, Ard signs that push enemies back, my personal favorite, and of course a variety of potions that give him powerful buffs and restore HP and energy.
Lesser, greater, middling. Makes no difference.
The enigmatic Yennefer comes with a variety of powerful spells. She has magic boosts that can give her a huge boost in magic damage to her different abilities. A portal that can transport its target. It could be a friend or a foe. A really cool skill that lends for a variety of fun options in combat. Embrace of Shadows that attacks, debuffs enemies, and heals allies all with one ability. Really strong. And she can also cast a fire, lightning, or ice spell with elemental control.
I'll show them what happens when a sorceress is enraged.
Triss is a powerful caster that commands both fire and ice magic. She can attack with both, but also gains buffs when standing on ice and fire tiles. She also has a teleport ability that grants her shields and restores energy.
We fight not to kill, but to keep hope alive.
And lastly, we have Geralt's daughter Ciri, and she has some really cool abilities. She has a big area of effect attack, she can attack from range, and has the ability to attack twice in a row. This ability has a cooldown time, but still makes for some clutch moves in tense situations.
This is my story. None shall write it for me.
As someone that's played a lot of tactical RPGs and a lot of The Witcher 3, these characters' transition into a tactical RPG is about as perfect as you can get. Sometimes collaborations and crossovers like this feel forced or don't work, but here it's about as perfect as you can imagine. I mean, they even leaned into the Geralt in a bathtub meme, which is awesome. And the fact that they have the original voice cast back is the cherry on top.
So you don't trust me?
Don't trust portals.
Now here's the thing. This crossover event isn't going to last forever. It ends on January 22nd, 2026. So make sure to download and start playing today if you're not already. Sword of Convallaria is available completely for free on PC, iOS, and Android. I'll have a link in the pinned comment and description below that you can click so you can download and start playing today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.